As many of you requested in the previous video, when I expanded the rear speaker with the side firing drivers here, you did request to make one for the ceiling as well, and so we have to make another one for the height speakers as well. There's the Atmos driver at the top, and it has to send waves to bounce off the ceiling. So that is basically the technology this relies on. But that's not necessarily what you see at the movies too, is that when you go to AMC, there will be some height speakers in the ceiling that will be Atmos enabled to give you that Atmos effect. So an airplane is flying over and it is actual speakers that are producing that. Unlike this particular case where the sound waves have to come out of this and then bounce off the ceiling. So that effect is not necessarily the same. So I listened to what many of you were requesting, and today I'm going to do that. So we have two rear speakers that we're going to tap for Atmos drivers. So we're going to use ceiling drivers and then tap the two as well to get two front ceiling speakers and then two rear ceiling speakers. Now a quick update on my subwoofer. You see that I've relocated it to the side because I didn't want it any closer to the wall due to its effect and the power in there. And for those who want to know, it's still firing as crazy as no one's business. So obviously we have a lot more to do today. What do we need? Like the previous one, we need the 9100S. So it's these ones. They were all wrapped up like this, and I just took those off. And I wanted to show you this so that you will know I'm actually using the 9100S. So like you can see, SWA 9100. So left, other left, we have right, and two of these modules that we will not be using. So all we're going to use are these four, and then the wires that came with them. These are roughly about 12 feet long. I measured it. So it depends on your roof. If it is that maybe higher, or the distance from the soundbar or the rear speaker to the roof is that higher than 12 feet, then you might need to buy yourself some new speaker wires. I would go for RCA cables and just cut off the ends and use that. But these will work in my case, so I'll be using them. They came together with those speakers. Then, like you know, our T-taps. Then obviously prying tool, screwdriver, plier, a cutter, this magnet, and then I also have this plush kind of blanket so that I'll lay the soundbar on it. I don't want any scratches or anything, so put this on the table and work on it. And then these are actually wall mounts that we're going to use for the ceiling mounts. Each box contains two of them. That's how it is. So in this case, we'll mount it this way and put the speaker here. Mount it this way up. Also, depending on the speakers you'll be using, you may need to get the kind of screws that will fit the back here. In this particular case, there is a keyhole, and so you need the kind of screw that you can put inside there, and it will go through this, and you can tighten it at the back here. In my case, something like this. See how it's been tightened in there? That is the kind of screw you want that can go through the keyhole and then lock up at the top, and then you can tighten it like this. So step 1, remove these rubber feet. Step 2, remove these 4 screws. So I'll loosen them with this. So like we did, pry that side. You can see this is what we did. Yes. We have to open this side as well. To remove this strip because the screws here are under. Okay, so now we can remove the back after removing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's how the back comes off. That gives us a view of the internals here. Let's see. Alright, so let me show you something here. I found a shortcut that will not even need to open these up. So follow me for a second. When you look here, these are the speaker wires that come to the board here. And they have been labeled here. When you look here, you will see RS minus, RS plus, RT minus, RT plus, RF minus, RF plus. So this is rear side, rear top, and rear front. So the two rear tops which we're looking for are in the middle. So rear top minus, that's the negative, and then rear top plus. Wire number 3, and then the positive will be the 4. So what we would do is to disconnect this from the board and then tap into those two wires, and then we can connect it back and close everything. So we don't even need to take off the grill. Very simple. Inside here, this is where it is connected. So you can press it back here and then just gently pull it away. So we've removed the speaker wires here. These are the speaker wires. So it goes in this direction. So we have 1, speaker wire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 is this last one here, and 1 is this. So since rear top minus is number 3, we're going to tap into this one wire here for number 3. Unfortunately, they are all white. I don't know why Samsung did that, but I guess it is what it is. So let's peel down the foam a little bit so that we can have access to these wires. So we're interested in the two middle wires, left and right. So this one, minus and then plus. So it is now time to bring down the T-taps and tap into those two wires. So how do you connect T-tap? So how to connect the T-tap, you can see here this metal, and there is this small hole there. And so for some people, they will tell you to strip the wire a little bit before you put it in there, which is great. It's one way. You can also put it there, and if the wire is slightly bigger than this, the two metal ends would already make an incision. And so because this wire is very small and all, we'll just make a small incision on that before we put it inside the T-tap. Now mind you, this is red, so we'll be using that for the plus. Plus is 4. So that will be this one, all the way here. Okay, so let's make small incision on that wire. Get it exposed. A little, yes. Okay, I can see the wire inside. Now that we have this connected, we have to tap the negative as well, which is the other one. So we'll tap that to the opposite direction. There's a good time to remind you that once you're doing this, you know about the warranty, right? So okay, you have the blue for negative and then the red for positive. Okay, time to get the wire. We're going to cut this wire. So this goes in here. Make sure it's in there. Take the plier, press it. Okay, so it's now tight in there. We do the same for the blue. Okay, that's also tight. So time to connect them. You put it here. And then once it's aligned, push it in. Same for the blue. So good. So now we can go ahead and plug this back in. Okay. So you tuck that down there neatly. It's time to close it. Okay, so we have to cover it up since there's no opening anywhere, and since we're going up, I think I would be okay passing through here. More like it to the inside of this. So let me try closing and see. And that is also going to help us since we already have the side firing wire going through the bottom. It's going to be very helpful to kind of have that other wire going through a different place. So maybe the top here would do. Let me see. Okay. So we start closing from the side. Time to test it, shall we? Just so that you know there's the top firing. This is it. So watch the back, the side, the link. See that it's turned blue? It means it's connected. We didn't mess anything up. So if you just follow the process like I showed you, you will not mess anything up. So let's now hear.
Want to know what's trending in the world of entertainment and pop culture? Cheddar News is the destination for all your need-to-know headlines and what's trending. To always know what we're chatting about next, tune in Fridays as Victor Machado and Jordan Kassane keep you up to date with the latest buzz.
So, like you can see, it's working. Let's connect the side 1, 2 and be sure. So this is the side. It's working. And this is the top.
42,000.
It's also working. So all of them are working, including this one itself. So we're going to do the same for the left, and then we'll bring this main soundbar as well. As you can see, it takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos. So please, if you don't mind and you find any value in this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. It will really be appreciated. Thank you. Inside. Close it. That's it. Now do it. Was it right? That's what it in. Alright, so let's test it. Let's test it moving forward. No, doesn't this one short? This side short. This white, so it means line's here and shows that. Same as this. It's now time for the soundbar. The soundbar is very big and heavy. So there's the bottom. And when you look at the bottom here, there are a lot of screws. So many, all the way through that side. So I'm going to take all the screws . These are more recessed, so I have to. But they're all the same size though. Cool. Yep, so like I said, every screw here must come off. Okay, so once every screw comes out, you should be able to just lift the bottom that easily. So this is it. The whole thing comes off simply. So like I said, make sure you take out every single screw. Now you don't have to do anything to the grill because say the grill is already embedded here, and so we have access to the wires that we need right away from here. So this is the Atmos driver, supposed to fire up. So all we need is tap this and then tap its counterpart here as well. So these are the internals. That's the USB, the Wi-Fi antenna, HDMI, come all the way here to where the power is. It's really neat how Samsung put it together. So this simplifies the work for us. All we need is to take the back off. So we're going to tap here and there. Actually, this is much simpler than the satellite speakers. Thank you, Samsung, for making the work easy. And you look here, this yellow is the positive, and the black here is negative terminal. So all we have to do is to tap positive here and a negative there. It's that simple. So I just made a small incision on that just to make sure that everything was going to work. So you put this inside here, press it, and then close. Press to close. Press. Okay, it's also stuck firmly. Yep. Okay. Once again. since we'll be using the HDMI, please pass the wire through there. Okay. Let's test it before we close it up. Okay, so it's turned on here. Let me pick my phone and try to play something. So listen here. It's working. That's working.
How are you gonna get out of this?
Let's check the other one. It's also working. So since both of them are working, we can go ahead and then tighten the screws at the back. Fortunately for us, the screws are all the same size, so you can put any of them anywhere and we should be fine. So here we have everything. The left is here, you can see it's coming through this side, and then the other one is here. So this is blue. This is how I'm going to make sure to kind of differentiate between them. This is blue, and I removed what is here so that I can be accurate. I have that precision, you know. So boom. And now it's time to take this. I've tightened all the screws at the back and it looks pretty good, except for these wires. Like, you won't even notice that it's been opened. Alright, so let me show you how to mount this. There's the mount, and this side goes to the back of the speaker, like in this case here, and then this goes to the wall, but in our case it will be the ceiling. So to mount to the ceiling, you have to first remove this screwdriver here, unscrew this part, and then remove this. It slides, so it slides out, slide it out. So what you're going to do, you see these two holes, there are screws in there, or that, so you can either drill and put these inside and then fasten with those. So let's assume you've already drilled. This goes on there, and then this long screw would tighten this, fasten it to the roof. So there is one here and there's another here. So once you have fastened this to the roof, you have to remove this completely. So once you turn it all the way, this comes out, this piece comes out. You take it out, you remove this, and then that. So when you look at the edge, it's supposed to lock in place like this, and here too there are those markings to help it lock in place to this. So you can adjust the tilt and then this other direction. So two directions, this way or that way. And that's why I chose this particular mount. So imagine if you mount it upwards, you can tilt it this way, or you can have it be straight or face the other direction, whichever way you want. And you can also have a slide angled tilt that way. So you remove this, and then whilst this is up there, you slide this in and make sure that it goes all the way and clicks. Then you can tighten this up and then mount this to the back here. Now if you have a speaker that the back you can screw in, that is great, but this one is the keyhole, and so you can still use that type of screw that will enter and then come out, but because of the adjustment you don't want it to be too long. So in my case, I'm going to be using double-sided tape. So what I'll do is to put this down, and then let me show you. I'll peel two of these. This is, I think, from Dollar Tree or so. It's just very cheap. So remove two and attach here like that, and then remove one and then attach it here, and then take two again. Now because of the weight, you want to make sure that there is enough to hold the speaker. So in all, about 5 of them. Then you can peel the back here, and then you bring this, you carefully align it to make sure it is straight enough. So you put it there, and then you press it. There you have it. It's holding it in place. You don't have any problems at all. So let's say now this is done. You've also mounted this on the roof. So what you have to do now is to make sure that you align this to the inside of this here, and then go mount back to the roof and attach it. I'm showing you this because I can't show you on camera whilst I'm doing it. You will not be able to see it. So I'm showing you like this, and then you put this one in, and then you tighten. So you can tighten it, and it will be holding it like that. So if you want to tilt it, you can loosen this, tilt, tighten. So look at that. You can have it tilted all the way here, or the opposite direction. Then you can also have some slide tilt this way. So that is not, yeah, so you can have a slide tilt this way or up as well. So it helps you in terms of placing it in whichever direction you have to. So I'm going to go ahead and mount all 4 speakers, and then after that I will show you. After a long day of modding and filming, I finally completed the whole modification. So there's the rear speaker right, and then the left is there. So that's how I used those double-sided tapes to kind of hold the wire all the way this to the ceiling. So it goes all the way there to the speaker. So that's where it's mounted. This rear right height speaker, and then the side is also here. That's also rear left. I did the same thing, trace the wire all the way up, and then the speaker itself. So there's the left, and that is the front left, front right over there. So passed it from the soundbar all the way through the back of the TV, and then it splits into a Y. And you see the tilt. That's what I was talking about the mount. So you're able to tilt it to face whoever will be sitting. So that's the view. See the 4 speakers there, and then you have the rears and the soundbar itself all the way in front there. So because of copyright issues, I'll use it to watch a movie by myself and then give you the feedback, how it is. But pretty proud of what I've done. And like I've always been saying, if you're going to do this, know that you're avoiding your warranty. But I mean, what is warranty if we can get a better sound? At least to me. So yeah, let's see how it sounds. Quick update. I just used it to watch Top Gun Maverick, and boy am I happy. This thing is a beast. I mean, if you are able to do it, I think you will not regret it. The planes flying and all of that, that experience is next level with this modification. So I just wanted to add this to it. So I'll leave links to all the things that I used, the mount and everything in the description. Feel free to use that. That's an affiliate link, so disclosure. Meanwhile, if you found any value in this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, as it will be greatly appreciated. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video.